Thank you for reminding me.
And if you want to open your chat, I'll give you the warning. You'll have about 12 minutes or so.
Okay, let's see. Do that. Oh, I think I got that. I never know with these things, technology. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm kind of awake.
Kind of awake. That's good. Whereabouts are you in the world?
I'm in a little town in southern Arkansas, so I'm in the central time zone, and I just didn't sleep well last night, so I've.
And so good. Hands up if you can't sleep well. Yeah.
With me, it's just allergies.
Everybody has their videos off. I know they put their hands up too. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, I like your necklace.
Oh, thank you. It's prayer beads from the motherland that my mom got for me.
Oh, nice, nice.
Africa. Anyway.
Oh, cool. So you're all decked out today.
I had a photo shoot, and luckily enough, they were just like, "Hey, let's schedule some interviews." I'm like, "Great, I'll do hair and makeup. So let's do it all at once."
Yeah, no, you look good. So, congratulations on getting a 3rd season in Canada.
Thank you so much.
I hope that NBC picks it up again too. I have a good feeling about it, and my fingers are crossed for you.
Thank you so much.
And have you shot the 3rd season yet, or started shooting it?
We're shooting it currently. We're in production. We're filming episodes 8 and 9 of 13, and we're gonna go probably towards the end of October.
Wow. Okay. Good. Bash has been going through a lot of PTSD still this season, and maybe some survivor's guilt based on what we saw. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, I mean, this season, last season we focused on his trouble reconciling the death of his parents, and therapy never ends. So like now he's coming to terms with the time he spent in captivity in Syria when he was captured by the regime soldiers, and is haunted by the presence of or the specter of the man who was locked up alongside him, and yeah, like that was it was a story point that was difficult to film, to attain, but we're so grateful that everybody who lent their voices to tell that story were so generous and brave with everything that happened in there, with all of their experience surrounding captivity and all of that. Hopefully we did justice to the story. The man who plays Omar in the show is Ahmed Miri, he was a consultant. He's from Syria. He fled as well, and he's now a writer on season 3. So we're extremely lucky to have him. He's a tremendously gifted artist and just an all-around good dude.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Yeah. And last time you and I spoke, we talked about this possible romance with Mags. And in the second half of the season, you two grow closer, and we see how that works out in the last episode. Are you glad that the writers took it very slow?
I think we needed time to get to know these people and to build their relationship, and it's whichever way it's going to go after this season. I think if there wasn't a little bit of tension or a little bit of anticipation, or that's really how life works. It has to build up like that. They're both going through such different things individually that the timing worked out as it was meant to. So I don't necessarily think the writers deliberately took it slow. I just think that this was the natural evolution of the characters, and it was him showing up at her doorstep at the end of it was just about time.
Right. And I'm thinking it could be a triangle or more. I think Dr. Novak might be interested in her, judging from the little interaction they had. And I'm thinking maybe Rania could return, change her mind next season, and then we've got a quadrangle. What do you think about that?
Let's see. That's all I can say about that. Well,
Right. It seems like most of what we've seen about your character was about him being a refugee, a brother, and a doctor. Very little about actually being Muslim. Do you think we'll see more about that?
I hope so. And I don't think I don't think we need to be seeing him praying all the time, or speaking the language, like saying alhamdulillah and inshallah and all of these things. I think the fact that we acknowledge it, that it's peripheral in his life, and it's sort of the everything he does he's doing as a Muslim. So I even beg to differ that even him being a doctor, him being a brother, and him being a refugee, he's doing all of those things as a Muslim. And I think it's important to know that it's a part of everything that he does, just because it's not on display all the time. Like even when he's doing things that aren't Islamic, like when he's hooking up with the social worker in season 1, or he's saving lives, or when he's all of those things are him doing it as a Muslim. And so I think that's an important focal point, that just because we're not seeing it all the time doesn't change the facts that he is.
Right. I forgot about the social worker. Thank you. Now this might seem unrelated, but it's kind of got a point. Have you watched any of the show Ms. Marvel, or are you aware of it?
I am aware of it. I've seen the first episode, and I know I want to, like, as soon as I watch the first episode, I'm just like, I am tired of waiting a week, so I need it to finish and watch it. But I've seen the first episode. I thought it was terrific.
Yeah, they do a good job of there. I only mentioned it since she's Pakistani, and I know you're Pakistani, so wanted to make sure you knew about that really great show. It's a great show.
Shout out to my boy Sagar, who's on that show as well. He plays the brother. He plays Amir on the show. So
good. Yeah. And is there anything else you can tell us about what might happen in the third season? Anything at all?
We see a different version of Bash than we've seen in the past. With this contract that Bishop is able to secure for him. There's a bit more confidence and arrogance that he can exude, because he's obviously thinks very highly of himself as a doctor, and considers himself highly capable. But there's always been this like protocol thing, or you can't prove it, or it's one wrong move and you're out kind of thing. And I think without that tension or that pressure that's being put on him, I think he's able to flourish and flex his chops more as an individual, for better or for worse. So as far as Bash's storyline is concerned, I think we'll see a different version of him than what you've seen before.
Yeah, I like the way they lightened him up more in the last couple of episodes and gave him a way to sort of move forward. That was well done. And do you have any other projects that you've been doing when you're not shooting or promoting Transplant that you can tell us about?
Between season 2 and 3, I did 2 independent films. So I did my first French Canadian film by director Stéphane Lafleur. It's a project called Viking, and then I did another feature directed by Kim Albright, starring Adam McGuire. It's called With Love and a Major Organ. They're both kind of dark comedies, substantially different from Transplant. And they were both a lot of fun. And I'm sure they're gearing up to do the festival circuit or something like that in the near future. So keep an eye and an ear out for those two.
And is the French Canadian one in French or French and English, or?
It's in predominantly French. I speak French in the movie.
I was just saying, you speak French. That's great. How many languages do you speak? Quite a few, right?
Like 3-ish plus minus. You know what I mean? Like Urdu, English, and French, and then like technically Hindi. Like if you want to say that, like nobody really speaks Urdu anymore. Nobody really speaks Hindi anymore. We sort of kind of speak this like amalgamated Bollywood language that is kind of the simplest versions of both those languages into one. So so 3-ish. I don't speak Arabic. Make sure you write that down. I learned it for the show. I can understand it barely. Same root languages, but yeah, I don't speak that.
Okay, well, great. I appreciate you talking to me so much today, and
Of course.
hopefully there will be another one in the future. This is our 3rd meeting. We're like buddies now.
Yeah, we're homies. Yeah. Yeah. So let's take down the facade next time. Let's not be so
That's right.
formal. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you for your support. You're a
course.
fan of the show, so thank you.
I definitely am. I watch it. All right, see you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.